Hello everyone, welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep. I am Roohindeep Kaur, and if you are here today listening to me, trying to understand what could be your last 2 week strategy for Christ University entrance test, you're in the right place. We will be discussing about what you shall be doing, right, for your Christ University entrance exam. It is just 2 weeks away for the first, time that you're going to give the exam, because they are also giving you an opportunity to attempt the exam in April and May as well. But if you're going for the March one, that means we have just 2 weeks left. And if you have chosen to go for the first exam, that means you have already kind of taken care of your syllabus, you have already gone through it, and you have understood what type of questions can be asked. Now, in the last 2 weeks, I cannot emphasize enough on practice, 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 and that is it. However, let us discuss, how we can take care of these last 2 weeks very effectively and very efficiently so that we do not miss out on anything. Now, the students who are also preparing for CUCT, guys, you can join our Champions course, CUCT 2022, Batch 2. We give you live classes, mock tests, sectional tests, practice questions. If you have any queries, you can contact us on the numbers that are given below, right? And BBA Rankers courses for those students who are preparing for NARCI, Symbiosis, Indraprasth, Christ University. It will also take um, exams till May, right? And then St. Xavier's. So you can join this particular course. Also, a little background about CUET. So Christ University is a यूनिवर्सिटी जो आपको ऑफर करती है एंट्रेंस ऑफर करती है कोर्सेज, ठीक है, ऑफ कॉमर्स टू बैचलर्स ऑफ बिजनेस एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन. तो आपको बीबीए के कोर्स के लिए, right, they are going to offer, and CUET is the university level entrance exam for undergraduate program like BBA. Fine. So the entrance exam that we are focusing on are the ones associated with the management and the commerce based programs, right? So if you are a student who wants to get into Christ University, who wants to get into their courses like BBA, you have to give this entrance test. I've also told you that they are going to, conduct their exam in March, April, and May. So it depends on you which is the exam you want to take. So the exam pattern this year would consist of, few questions from English, reasoning, mathematics, data analysis and interpretation, fundamental knowledge, fundamental accounting, right? So they are going to give you 120 questions in 120 minutes. For every correct answer, you're going to get one mark, and for every incorrect answer, you're going to get a negative marking of 0.25. Rice University, right? 120 minutes, 2 hours, online exam, multiple choice questions, 120 questions. You get +1 and minus 0.25 for incorrect ones. अगर आप नहीं attempt करते हो, there is no negative marking. BBA journal course, आपका eligibility is you have to be a class 12th, pass. Even if you're preparing for the same, it's perfectly fine. They do not mind that. But at the time of admission, you have to present your certification. And BBA decision science, industry integrated, okay, you have to be a class 12th pass student, right? So for BBA finance and accountancy, you should be a class 12th pass student and not less than 60%, okay, with either commerce or science stream. Also, we have our IPMAT and DUJAT Score Booster course. If you're preparing for both of these entrance tests, this is a newly launched course with live classes, mock tests, sectional tests, daily quizzes, subject के doubt resolving sessions. ठीक है, make sure you join this if you are preparing for IPM, IPMAT and DUJAT. Now, important books that can help you for your current affairs, it is our BBA Chronicle magazine. Okay, you can also read newspapers like The Hindu, Indian Express, Times of India. Pearson का journal knowledge book, Lucent का journal knowledge. ठीक है, so this is a important factor if you are someone who is giving this entrance test. you should focus more on current affairs, as majority of questions in this section will be from current affairs. And if you are someone who's giving the exam in March, you want to make sure that आपने past 1 year के जो current affairs हैं, you have gone through them. So you might want to go through them through your notes. You might want to go through them month wise. You might want to go through them news wise, like international news, and then national news and sport news. Whatever way you find the best, make sure you're doing that, right? And in the first week, we are expecting you to just take one mock test and one previous year paper, okay, so that you know your preparation level if you haven't been doing it already, right? And make sure you analyze the question and frequently, ask questions and see where are you weak and where are you strong. Like you could analyze by giving the mock that, okay, these are the questions, they're not very time consuming, I find them very easy. They're your strong points, and the ones in which you feel troubled in, like you are not able to understand the question, or you're not able to understand a particular conclusion, or you're not able to find out a particular formula at the tip of your mind, right? So make sure you're checking your weak and strong points. In the second week, take at least, now I will say, just make sure that you are attempting as many mocks as possible, because right now if you have just 2 weeks left, you just need to make sure that your strategy is good enough. For the next 2 hours, you have a habit of solving question paper for 2 hours, right? So the topics in which you're not performing well, okay, even after you took a lot of preparation, okay, mark those topics and do not waste any more time on these topics. Now is not the time to go for new topics, right? So the weak ones that you have already known, unko ek bari take go through them and understand which are the type of questions that you can solve, and the ones you cannot solve, make sure that you're not even touching them in the real exam, and try to strategize around your mocks using the same strategy, right? So in the last week, take at least 4 mocks and see where you stand currently and what is your strong point. So in the second week only, okay, make sure in the last days you are taking a mock every day and understanding. If you want to, like, I'll be very honest over here, if you want to, if you do not have a strategy, you haven't been attempting mocks, right now is the time, because now you can understand, okay, shall I go with these questions first, shall I go with logical first, shall I go with current affairs first, or verbal first, or whatever, right? So your strategy is going to be become strong around this time. So make sure you're taking your mocks. Salik sir is giving you special free sessions for journal awareness daily at 2 p.m. Make sure you join them, right? And for the first 3 days, I'll be very specific. For QA, you have to revise tables. If you are weak, if you are good enough in tables, you need not waste any time. Squares up to at least 25 for strengthening basic calculations. If you are done and dusted with this, do not waste your time. Now, this is for those students who are taking probably their chance in the first attempt of Christ. You might want to go and check the level, but if you haven't completed your preparation, you are advised to do this. If you're done and dusted with this, do not touch this. Go through the basic grammar rules, and this is something that everyone should do. Okay, you don't even realize that there are certain exceptions, there are certain rules that you do not remember. So go through them and practice question on them simultaneously, right? Check out the study notes of different topics of all 3 sections, QA, VA, LR, right? And basic shortcuts. So by now, I am sure you have your formula notebook, right, in quantitative aptitude. So you should be going through that, right? Attempt quizzes daily so that you have a timed practice. Anju, for that beta, it is UIQP2, that exam, and they're going to ask you 100 questions from aptitude. There is not going to be a separate exam. There are 2 exams, UIQP1, one is for science based, and UIQP2 is for the management vocational courses based, and you are going to get UIQP2 pursue CT, and you have 100 questions of aptitude. So I've done a video separately for the same. So I would like you to go and check that as well, right? Okay, so attempt quizzes daily, guys. For those students who have, understood the concept, practice the questions. Do not just sit and relax. That is something you should not be doing. So you should be attempting the quizzes daily. Sometimes you come across few patterns in a series question that you haven't seen already. Sometimes you see few vocabulary words you haven't seen already. Sometimes you come across few analogies and classification question that you did not realize that you haven't attempted earlier, right? So make sure that you're attempting these questions so that you come across, even if you come across the new patterns or new type of questions, you're able to understand them. Don't just sit and relax that, okay, I've done and dusted. Don't do that, right? Make sure you're attempting these quizzes and questions daily. Attempt at least one mock test per day. Okay? So why am I asking you to do that? Okay? You should have a habit of sitting and studying for 2 hours, right? Yes, Anju, logical reasoning, quantitative aptitude, data interpretation, current affairs, static GK, verbal ability, all these things. Okay. So I am saying whatever aptitude can be asked in a BB entrance exam, that is going to be asked in that particular one. Okay. So do analyze your performance in the test and identify which topics you're not able to score at while you're revising these things and attempting this 2 hour ka mock, or at least you could be attempting a previous year question paper. That entirely depends on what your strategy is. Whatever your topics are, as I discussed earlier, strengths and weaknesses, right? So whatever weaknesses are there, make sure you have an idea of what all are those topics. Okay, so when you know, you will be able to solve more questions on that. Okay, you will be able to make them strong. Like first 1 week is perfectly fine to go behind it, but afterwards there is no point. Good evening, Rahul. Hello. Good evening. Right? And I'm giving you special free sessions for logical reasoning, right, at BYJU'S Exam Prep app daily from Monday to Friday. Make sure you join these sessions to practice logical reasoning. Also, for the next, like, for second half of your first week, whatever you were practicing, like, I think a lot many of you who are going to attempt this first you know first exam for Christ, right? You're done with your topics, right? So what you can do is, whatever topics you have in each and every section, keep on tick marking it for the first 6 days. Just like you could be looking at coding, decoding, try to solve like 10 questions of it. Then you take directions, try to solve 10 questions of it. Then you take blood relations, try to solve. Like you're done with three topics of logical reasoning. Hardly takes 1 hour, 2 hours. Okay, then take a break, then go for QA, go and attempt questions based on simple calculations, ratios, averages. So after you're done with that, then the next day choose next topics. Like you could choose series, then you could choose seating arrangement, then you could choose puzzles. Okay, after you're done questions with that, go for the QA one, go for attempt at least one RC, and make sure you have this 2 hour ka time daily that you're going to attempt mock. Okay, make sure you do that. Rahul, because March, April, May. So for those students who are going to give exam in March, that is why we have mentioned the last 2 weeks. तो उनके लिए तो अभी कुछ टाइम ही बचा है ना? So spend at least 2 hours on each section daily. ठीक है? I will say make sure you're bifurcating the things. Like your first 3 days should be given to something that you know already, the easy topics. The next 3 days somewhat on the medium topic, and the next 2-3 days for the difficult ones. If you're done and dusted with this, that will help you improve your speed. Yes, yes, Anju, absolutely. Okay, past 1 year current affairs is very important. So if you're expecting to give exam in 2022, then April 2021 say your current affairs becomes very important. So last week, day 7 to 15, right now till your day 8th, I am expecting that you are done and dusted with all the things, all the topics, like I said, है ना? Now, whatever topics you are not able to score in, like you could be a student who is very good at solving seating arrangements, puzzles, but still not able to solve questions from blood relations, right? So what you can do is make sure you know that what these topics are. You're not attempting them now in the mocks that you're going to attempt. So last 7 days are going to be at least 2 mock tests per day. ठीक है Jay? So, nice thing there. Jay, I hope you know that you can also give your exam in April and May, right? So, if you want to still go for the March one, um, I've been telling this to each and every one of them. Whatever topics are there, ठीक है? So, सबसे पहले तो बच्चा, you have 24 hours, ठीक है? Now I'm assuming that you do not have your boards का preparation in between. ठीक है? So in these 24 hours, give at least 2 hours to each and everything. 2 hours to LR, 2 hours to QA, 2 hours to current affairs. ठीक है? 2 hours to verbal ability, solve RCs, learn vocab words. ठीक है? Learn grammar. And then current affairs, at least start, with January and February ka, whatever current affairs are there, and then keep on moving backwards towards April 2021. QA, 3 topics: ratios, understand the topic, solve like 20-25 questions, ठीक है? Averages, 20-25 questions, then percentage, 20-25 questions, ठीक है? You're done with 3 topics, 2 hours, ठीक है? LR, you could take like 3 topics: analogies, classification, series, then coding, decoding, directions, 3-4 topics, 20-25 questions of each topic. Now, this is the first week. So 8 hours daily, I'm expecting you to apply, okay, on your aptitude. Fine. And then this is your first week. Whatever you have done last week, mein beta, you have to keep on attempting these mocks so that you strategize, you revolve, you make sure that जब भी आपको combined questions आएंगे आप किस तरीके से solve कर सकते हो, ठीक है? Spend at least 1 hour on editorials and keep revising new words that you learn. Okay, now this one I would say it is a suggestion for those students जिनका reading speed ज़्यादा strong नहीं है. For those students who have been solving reading comprehension and you are able to score good. So you, instead of just reading editorials, what you can do is focus on current affairs and simultaneously keep on working on your vocab words that you have already learned. Okay, decide the time that you are going to spend on a particular section beforehand. 120 minutes. Okay, 120 questions. There is no way you're going to attempt each and every question. So make sure while you attempt these mocks, you have a particular strategy. Okay, for that strategy, keep on working towards it. Make sure if you want to do any changes, you're doing it right now in mocks. In the real exam, do not go hit and try. Okay. No, Rahul. CUCT. This is CUET, Christ University. CUCT का तो अभी notification भी नहीं आया. ठीक है? Okay. And then for quantitative abilities, Ankur Tomar sir is giving you special free sessions. Make sure you join him, ठीक है, for your practice, and he's giving you so many tips and practice questions. Make sure you go and attempt each one of them. And I am there, Rabia ma'am is there, Salek sir is there, Vinod sir is there, Ankur Tomar sir is there. So at YouTube as well and on BYJU'S Exam Prep app as well, we're giving you free sessions, we're giving you so much questions to practice. And for those students who, like, Jay just asked me, ma'am, will I be able to score good? Jay, one thing, out of 120, okay, if you are able to complete at least 70% of the syllabus, I'm sure you will be, able to score 80 plus accurate questions if you do that. Okay, if you're not doing that, that means you still need some time. Please go for the April wala, exam. Don't hurry or do anything. If you want to go and check the level of exam, please go ahead and do that. Again, appear for the April wala exam or May wala exam. Okay, so do that. And do you have Any questions from, that you need to ask? No, nahi. Jay, it is already in process, so we haven't launched it on iOS. It is on Google Play. Okay, so it is an Android app yet. Okay, so if you want to go and check this one, you probably can, go and search website as well. ठीक है आप online भी देख सकते हो इसको. It is not available on iOS yet. Any other questions, guys? Any other questions? Any other questions regarding this? Anything that you need to discuss with me? Feeling last moment stress? Don't feel stressed, and that is something I want to tell you. Don't feel stressed at all. Anything that you want to ask, any problem, anything. ठीक है सो एक बेसिक क्रक्स मैं आपको बता रही हूँ पहला क्या है कि जो भी सिलेबस there are three types of students. The first one is they have practiced, they are already doing their mocks. ठीक है you need not go and revise each and every topic. Keep attempting your mocks. Keep on improving whatever you are not good at, your weaknesses. The second type of students are who have recently completed their syllabus and who want to make sure that they revise, right? And the third one is they're still in process of completing their syllabus. So those who are in still process of completing their syllabus, do not feel burdened. ठीक है you can always give the next chance का entrance test as well, CUET का. You want to know all about CUET? Is the date formed for CUCT? No, no. Meet? No. CUCT नहीं रिलीज हुआ है. राहुल CUET is क्राइस्ट यूनिवर्सिटी एंट्रेंस टेस्ट. ठीक है इसके बारे में अलग से सेशन भी करे हैं. सो यू कैन नो ऑल अबाउट CUET. कोई बहुत हाई लेवल एग्जाम नहीं होगा. NRI रिव्यूज अबाउट CUET. बेटा आपको इस तरह से रिलीज नहीं करेंगे वो अभी क्वेश्चन पेपर्स या रिव्यूज. ठीक है बट आई कैन टेल यू दिस इज नॉट अ वेरी हाई लेवल एंट्रेंस टेस्ट. ठीक है लेवल ऑफ एग्जाम इज गोइंग टू बी इजी. हाउएवर यस इफ योर करंट अफेयर्स आर नॉट गुड यू माइट फील स्ट्रेस्ड अबाउट दैट. तो वो एक चीज उसके ऊपर प्लीज लास्ट मोमेंट तक तैयारी करते रहो. डोंट वेस्ट योर टाइम ऑन दैट. ठीक है fine. Anything else? Anything else? Jay, I would like you to do one thing. Write down each and every section का topic that you know already. उसको जल्दी से revise कर लो. ठीक है and then move to the ones जो आपको नहीं आते क्योंकि जब आप पहले वाले को रिवाइज कर लोगे तो आपको जो प्रॉब्लम आएगी आगे वाले टॉपिक्स में वो फील नहीं होगी. जैसे बेसिक टॉपिक्स कोडिंग डायरेक्शंस रेशियोज परसेंटेजेस एवरेजेस इनको जल्दी से रिवाइज कर लो and then move to the high one time speed distance profit and loss things like that. ठीक है तो make sure you do that. चलो अगर कोई और questions नहीं है then let's call it a day now and I wish you all the best for those students who still are feeling like okay I'm just feeling a little blue and out of the place. Don't feel like that, right? Make sure you start solving the question papers and keep on working on your weak topics. ठीक है and you're going to come out with flying colors. ठीक है all the best everyone. Good night. Good night.